Hello everyone, welcome back to my train wreck of a channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for giving this channel a chance and checking me out. This is the channel where I basically just kind of do whatever I want. I talk at you with my ugly face. God, I had to free my Rapunzel hair. That hair tie was just kind of pulling a little too much. Plus it hides some of my ugly. As you can see, please don't run away. I did not do my makeup. Barely brushed my hair today, so if I look like I crawled out of a dumpster, I probably did. All joking aside, I'm just kind of like in a funk, you know, just not really feeling like trying to get all cute and everything, so whatever. This is unfortunately the face you get, so as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be reacting to old Vines that I made, which, you know what? It's still rude that I was not famous on Vine. Some of these are actually kind of decently funny. That sounds really conceited, but I feel like the stuff that I made on Vine is probably way funnier than like what I make now. I don't know. It's like nostalgia. I think it's the fact that I was just like so unbelievably awkward, but like I wasn't as like careful about like showing how awkward I was or whatever. Now I'm just kind of like, I'm 30, I have to like try to hide it. And like at this point I was like 23 and I was like, I don't care, everyone's gonna know I'm like an idiot, you know, like what. I actually have another YouTube channel. I'm not gonna plug it because there's some like cringy videos. I used to be a big anime nerd and I'm just not willing to like have anybody see how big of a nerd I was. And it's not like the cute like, oh you just like had some like, no, like I made music videos for them. Why am I even saying this? Like it doesn't even matter that I'm like not telling you where to, but they're bad. Let's just say that they're bad. They're not well done. I feel like the people who make them are impressive. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I used to watch a lot of anime. Sometimes like if I jam on a song, I'll just like look up AMVs. I'm still a nerd. I might hide it well, but I'm still a big nerd. I still fantasize that, you know, Link from Legend of Zelda is gonna like come and sweep me up out of my apartment, take me away, and we'll save Hyrule together. Yeah. Let's get into it. So this first one is, I think, one of the first ones I ever made. And I thought it was funny, but I didn't like think it was like the greatest thing I ever made. But people that I worked with that saw this would like talk about it all the time, which that was so flattering to me. Like it's simple, it's like a 6-second video, you know, the fact that people are like, oh my god, that was so funny, was just like such an ego boost to me or whatever. So I feel like I just like thought it was the funniest thing. Oh, and side note, so my sister went to cosmetology school, so this does link, I promise. So she had a mannequin head that she would practice on, so like that's what I'm sniffing, just in case you like think that, you know, I had someone's severed head. So okay, let's just watch it.
How normal girls flirt. Oh, you're so hot. How I flirt. Oh yeah.
I feel like it perfectly exhibits the awkward of my being. Still. Is this why I'm still single? Because I do things like this, you know?
So hot. How I flirt.
Probably. I make weird videos about being awkward. Anyway, so next one is one that I
TV,
just...
Your mom's like, hey, can you take out the trash?
Oh,
are you
wait,
freaking
no.
serious? I'm busy.
Oh, next one is one where like I get a lot of jokes about just having a very fair complexion, which whatever, you know, not like the worst. But I feel like even if I like go out and try to tan, I just don't get any tan at all. Like my skin just gives the sun the finger and it's like, try again, you know? So like this was just one to kind of like poke fun at that or whatever. So
people were making fun of me for being so pale, so I decided to try bronzer and something went wrong.
It's true. I was also kind of calling myself out because like when I was 23, because I was just like so insecure about people like making fun of me for being so pale, and like I would like coat bronzer on my face so it was like way too, I probably still do it, honestly, like now that I'm thinking about it, but like then it was way worse. So I had like that red hair, and then I would always wear like pink or red lipstick. So like with all this bronzer, I looked like a clown, you know. Why am I like going into so much detail? The next one is about drinking, so let's get into it.
How other girls are when they drink. I'm gonna be hitting that tonight. How I am. I'm gonna die alone, I just know it.
It's still true. I feel like I could be hanging out with friends and like I start off and like, I feel like especially when I'm drinking, I think I'm funnier. Like I actually, side note, this is something that like I'm proud of in a way. When I first started working at Hyatt, which this was around this time I was like working for Hyatt. I was still like pretty new there, you know. And I think that was the first job that I really started to like come out of being so shy and quite like so awkward. Like I was terrified at the anticipation of even talking to another human being. I was just a very weird human. I still am, but like less terrified of people. Still kind of though. But like there was a bar that we would go to that was super close to the Hyatt, and of course like most of us all worked nights, so when we would get off we'd go to this bar because it would be open late till like 3 a.m. and we knew a bunch of the bartenders. Whatever, why am I giving you so much backstory? No one cares. So anyway, we would like go, and since I was like super awkward at work, but I would like sometimes like come out with little witty things to say or like little witty jokes or whatever, when we would go to this bar and I would start drinking, I would just, and I worked in room service, so of course I saw a lot of weird stuff. So I would talk about my day and just like say in a comedic kind of note, you know? So I started to pick up on these people because like, you know, we would be at a table, there'd be a bunch of people from work there, and I would just start talking, and I remember like sitting there thinking and like looking around and being like, oh my God, literally everyone at this table is like paying attention to me, you know, like that was like the first time that had really happened, because I was always like, you know, in the shadows, never really talked, never really like wanted attention or whatever. And so then like I started to notice that if I would start to sober up, somebody would buy me a drink and get me another, you know, be like, thug it down, tell us more about work, you know. And I was just like, wow, people think I'm funny. You must have low standards for your comedy. But it was just like kind of a fun thing. Anyway, but I would start off with those jokes, and if I would like hit past that like happy buzz phase, that's where it would go. I would be talking about work, and I would just laugh about all the naked people I'd seen or whatever that day. And then like I would have one sip too many, and then I'd be like, ugh. And like my sister, her and I are super close, so I feel like she's like always been dating somebody and I've always been the forever alone one. This is so depressing. And so I'd like sit there and I would be talking to friends, and I would just like look at Megan with her boyfriend, you know, and I'd just be like, oh yeah, it's never gonna be me. I'm gonna be the weird sister that just like shows up every date they go on because I'm such a loser. And like my friends would just be like, oh my God, weren't you just telling me about like somebody leaving a thong on a breakfast tray? Like, how did we get here? I don't know, I think that's funny because it really does hit home. Oh, next one is called nasty flirting. Because like I've seen a lot of girls out there with no shame doing this, okay?
Hey baby, you got a nice ass. Why the hell are you running? Hey, come here. I know you want all this.
I still find that funny. That might seem conceited, but I think it's because I'm just like, no, I've seen a lot of like girls who are just so, which like, you know, I mean, kudos to you for being shameless, but some of them are just like way too intense. You know, next one just shows you how sad of a life I led.
Got him on the way to like the best party ever, you know? Let's get turns up, bitches. Is there any, huh? Is there any?
That poor dog. I think that's so funny to me because, you know, like everybody at that age, like at 23, was like going out and partying, and I was like, I'm just like the loser that goes to work and occasionally goes to the bar and gets semi-buzzed and then comes home and just is sad. I was just like out of control. So next one is like, I think it was titled When Plans Get Canceled, so.
Why are we still on for today? Oh, you made other plans? That's cool, no big.
Hope they were good plans, because you don't.
I just like would get so mad when people would make plans and just cancel last minute. So I was like, well, I'll just make a fight about it. And now I've like turned into that person. I feel like I have 100% turned into that person that's like, oh yeah. But granted, mine is for health issues. Yeah, add that little disclaimer in there. Like, please don't hate on me, anybody who's made plans with me and I've canceled. Also, it's just mainly been a weird couple of years for me, so. And here's one that was kind of like a clap back at people who were telling me I wore too much makeup all the time. They were like, you should really dial it down. And like, this was in the beginning of where I like really started to like get into makeup. I really liked the way it looked, you know, and I liked to look extra. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done it like over the top for like work, or I mean like hanging out with like friends casually or whatever, but I loved makeup and I loved the way it made me look. I loved playing with it. And then I had like numerous people be like, why do you wear so much makeup? Like, you wear way too much. You look like a clown. And I was like, fine, if we're gonna do this, then I'm gonna make a fight about it. So
Some people say wear too much makeup. Like, I don't get that at all.
then we got the best for last. This is probably the one that I like the most. Again, it seems so conceited that I like laugh at this, but I haven't seen these in like a couple years, so just bear that in mind. I promise I'm not like, oh my god, I'm the funniest thing, because I definitely don't think that, but I feel like this just really exhibits. I think I find it so funny because like my sister is in this too, which Megan, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I know you don't like to be on videos, but you know. I feel like this just exhibits, it shows that this poor girl just, you know, lives with something like me. A crazy, younger, ADHD driven sister. Like we lived in St. Louis and we went to Kansas City to go see Mumford & Son. And so this was like probably our first big trip just by ourselves going somewhere, which sounds sad for like how old we were, but like whatever, you know. I was like super stoked. So of course, like when I get super excited and high energy, I behave in this way. And this poor girl just, I'm a big girl. Tell everyone I'm a big girl. Tell everyone I'm a big girl. No. It just way too much exhibits our relationship, you know, like I'm the one that's just insane and she's just like, why are you this way? But like very patient with me. Like when we lived together, we like moved into our first apartment together and oh my god, like every day was like that. I would just like pop up out of nowhere. She'd be like in the kitchen grabbing something to eat and I'd just like pop up. She wouldn't even hear me and I'd be like, oh, what you get? You know, just like so weird like that. And then she would just turn around and be like, because she was just like so used to my antics at that point. So Megan, I'm sorry that, you know, you've got somebody that's just like insanely hyped up on caffeine all the time and already like high energy. So anyway, that's all for today. I don't know if that's gonna be interesting for anybody else, but I kind of just needed to do something that was gonna be like easy for me to react to and kind of maybe like relive the old nostalgic days to me or whatever. It's like have a good laugh, kind of lift my spirits a little bit. I may or may not make another video today. It just depends. Like, I'm just, again, like not feeling high energy today at all. So we'll see. Anyway, If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about those train wrecked vines. Almost said TikTok, God. If you subscribed, we're at 28, which is huge. Again, I've got that goal of trying to get 100 by the end of the year. So that would be amazing. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.